Okay everyone, right, let's see how this video recording goes. Now, I want you to kind of watch this carefully because I'm going to try and explain to you kind of how to go about doing the online class for this fall, okay? So, here's your main online shell, okay? Let's just take a quick look at it, the home page. There's my information there over on the right, okay, my email address, which is much easier for me to get in touch with you with, okay, not my phone. You can email me through D2L, but I have to log into D2L, whereas I do get notifications on my phone that somebody's emailed me through CCD. So CCD is always quicker, but of course Desire to Learn as well. I've got my office hours and locations if you do need to see me, but actually I do some online office hours, and usually it's maybe Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and there is a link down here, okay, so if you do need to want to sit in and just chat about anything, homework and stuff, then there is this WebEx link, okay, WebEx down there will take you to my online office in a sense, okay, but I'll set that up for possibly Wednesday 7 till 8, but I'll let you know about that, okay. There's also a link to the syllabus here, the calendar, which is on the syllabus, just kind of day by day, week by week kind of schedule. So before I click on that, let's take a look at this now. I would like you to go and make an introduction, okay, just mention yourself, what you do, what you like, whatever, you know, what degree you're doing, anything you want to kind of talk about. You can just click onto this discussion link, it's introductions, click on there, type something up. I've actually put something in there about me, okay. There's also up here the discussions tab, but you don't really need to go into that. I'll just post you links to the discussions as we're going along, okay. Now then, so let's take a quick look at the syllabus. Okay, let's try this here. So the syllabus, mainly for a few important dates you might want to kind of read through it. Please read through the syllabus. I know I said go ahead and do an introduction, but syllabus is usually the first thing to go through. So you're going to read through this. Online students, of course, the start date, you can start Wednesday, August the 14th. We open it early for online students. Last day, December the 9th. Again, look at the drop, refund dates, okay. We do have this final countdown, final review session. It's on the evening of Monday, December the 2nd, and anybody can come to that, and we kind of, the full-time instructors, we all kind of do a little bit about what the final is going to be like and the kind of questions you'll see. There's my information, again, on here. Let's just run through a lot of this. Of course, the book is free. I tend to put all the book, there is a link there to the book, but all the information is going to be in the content of your Desire to Learn shell, which we'll come to. Right now, I'm just taking a look through the syllabus. Don't get too dizzy. Let's go through this. You know, homework, exams, read through this. Sometimes things don't apply to the online students, like attendance. One of the things is, obviously, cell phone policy. That doesn't belong to you guys. So, there is the tutoring centre on the 4th floor of the Confluence building, and there's the times. One thing that kind of does kind of just get to the online students a little bit is that you do still have to come in and take the tests at the test centre. Now, if that's something that you weren't told about, you should have been, of course. But what I tend to do is I just restrict it to a midterm and a final. So as long as you can kind of get out something for two days, 2 afternoons, 2 mornings, okay? Then I try to make it easier for you, because usually it's 3 tests and a final, but I'm just trying to make it midterm and final for the online students. Now, you can do this anyway. I've had people up in the mountains do this, people in other states do this. They just go to the local community college. I will email the test to that college, okay? But let me know about things like that, okay? Now, again, so here's going to be, where is it? The calendar's here somewhere. Again, there's a link to the calendar. So now hopefully you will kind of look at this and go, okay, and try and keep up with it. It's just a guide, don't panic. Even the midterm there at week 8, I'm flexible on that. You know, if you're going to not keeping up with it, you've got work issues, but you're trying to keep up, then don't worry, it's just a guide is this. A lot of people are pretty good at keeping to it, but if you're not, then don't worry about it. Just try and do as best you can to keep up. You know, if you have to take the midterm at week 10 or week 11, then take it then, that kind of thing, you know. But the final is pretty strict. Remember, you're going to kind of head towards the final that week in December. So think about trying to keep up with it. Okay, so that is just the syllabus. Please read through that, okay? That's for you to read through. Now I'm going to click onto content now. Go into content, because this is where all the material is. Go. So that's all you really need to go to, really, honestly. Apart from the main page, just go to content. So let's take a look at here. The syllabus is also over here. Web work is where the homework is, and I'll come to that later. You'll click on that and go and do the homework. Now, the prerequisites folder, you don't have to worry about too much. It's kind of material that's in the college algebra book, but we don't really have to teach. You don't really have to go into that folder. You can look at it if you want to, but honestly, you don't really have to. So if I think to myself, right, what's in week 1? Okay. Now, what is in week 1? Right, we have notes, if you want to, as an alternative to the textbook. I'll open up this particular section. Okay, so you will have Unit 1 notes, okay? You've got them in PDF form or Word document, and what that really is, it's just a kind of abbreviated form of the textbook, okay? So, of course, Unit 1 notes will probably start with Section 2.5 from the textbook. So if you click onto this, if you like reading textbooks, it's there. Go ahead and look through that if you want to. There's a worksheet. Now, you don't have to do the worksheet. Maybe I should have deleted that for online students. That's really something I hand out to the on-campus students if we're doing working class. You guys, you don't have to do that. It's really just a question of homework and tests, and that's where your grade will come from. So, videos. Now, I do my own videos, instructor videos. There's also Math is Power for You videos, which is, you know, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. In fact, you'll see a lot of the Math is Power for You videos embedded into some of the homework questions. There's also online activities. If you want to, it's entirely up to you. It's just a website. You can go in and play around with it. But again, like it says there, you can only do 10 problems per day. But if you clear your browser, you can keep doing another 10, another 10. Okay? So, let's take a look at this. Imagine you're going in here for the first time. You maybe looked at the textbook, but you want to watch my videos. Now, I've got to admit, Section 2.5, there's quite a lot. And the reason is because of the factoring. Usually, it might be something like, 5 videos to each section. 3, 4, 5 videos to each section. This is 2.5. Unfortunately, a lot of students need practicing with their factoring. So I've loaded all that stuff with some intermediate algebra videos that I've done for the 055 class, which a lot of you might not have done. I know you can take the college algebra straight away now, but if you haven't done the 055, that's very heavy on factoring. So if you need the practice, take a look at the factoring videos there. That's why there's quite a bit. I mean, there's going to be maybe 5 or 6 just in that folder alone. Like I say, normally each section will only have just 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. The factoring 2.5's got quite a lot. Purely because students need to build up their skills in factoring, which is very important. If you're good at it, great. Maybe you want to jump straight into the homework. In fact, let's take a look. So in other words, once you've maybe gone through a section, you might want to actually, go in and click on the homework, web work. Okay, so you've maybe looked at the textbook, watched the videos, you're now clicking on the homework. Okay, so I'll click on 2.5. Here it is. We're in 2.5 first. Okay, you'll see the order. Now, problem 1. Okay, we have to factor this, solve and factor. Now there it is, there's a video. Okay, that's one of the Math is Power for You videos embedded into the question. So if you want to, you can take a look, maybe learn as you're going along. Watch that video. Okay, it's not me, it's somebody else doing it. But that's why I have a lot of videos before you do the homework. We can also look in the homework, and occasionally, not often, there will be some videos in there for you. Okay. Now, a lot of online students get frustrated in how to input the answers. Okay, so if I do this one, what's that? I'm not going to do that one. I mean, the answer for this one, I think, if I factor that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you what this is. This is, if I factor it, this is not the answer, it's x. Sorry, factor this one. It is parenthesis x. Is that minus 3 x plus 1. Now, those aren't the answers. That's me factoring that. That's why you need to know your factoring skills, okay? If that's that, then the zeros are going to be, what makes it 0? A positive 3 makes that parenthesis 0, and a negative 1 makes that parenthesis 0. So positive 3, negative 1. Doesn't matter what order, 3, comma, negative 1. I will now check the answers. Correct, okay? Because I should know what I'm doing. So that kind of thing, okay? Now, I'm going to show you this, because, look at this. Occasionally, you're going to have to do things like this. You can't type in the square root of 5. It's SQRT5, okay? Put the 5 in parentheses just to make sure. Also, keep it to small letters. Don't put a capital S. Don't put a big S. In other words, if I was to do that, it might not accept it. So do that, okay? Infinity is INF, all right? Now, if you look at this, how do I input this horrible rational expression? Well, parentheses. Now, I've got 2 parentheses to open because I know that it's not just a question of the parenthesis I see here, okay, and at the end of here. It's also, this is the numerator, so I've got to distinguish it from the denominator. So I've opened up 2 and made sure I close off 2. Okay, so that part there is the x squared plus 5 in parentheses. Okay, it's that hard to say, which is the x squared plus 5. The other parentheses are the fact that it's on the numerator. Okay, so the denominator, again, if I was not to have those 2 parentheses, divided by x minus 2, no, it thinks you're just dividing by x, and then somewhere later you're going to minus a 2. So again, you have to make sure that that is the denominator. Okay, so little things like that might get frustrating. Let me know. Email me. There's always a link. There's always a link here. Let's have a look at this. Email instructor. Okay, and I get a lot of online students. Please just bombard me if you need to. I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can. Okay, so homework. That's it. Let's look at that. So again, let's go back to the main page. So without me kind of doing too much of this, because I'd rather you contact me, I don't want this video to go on too long, please introduce yourself, okay, and of course content is where all the material is. And I'll keep emailing you. I'll keep emailing you, you keep emailing me, okay? Good luck.